Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Got another battle on the proc map, and it's Courageous Chicken from Mold Clan. I've been given this replay from Guardi, who's one of my good mates, and he's going to have a great game. Let's show how he uses this. He's in the Tier 6 Cromwell British medium tank, 75mm gun, and very fast rate of fire. Very mobile tank. Not much armor, of course, but that's one of the reasons why it's also a fast-moving tank, and you can see he's getting across the ground at about 60 k's. Alright, so it's going to come up to this spotting bush. We've got a T67 who's sort of occupying the bush, which is going to block him for a little while, but we'll let the T67 do the initial spotting. Now we can see Courageous has got 2 marks on the gun. So he's already got his premium rounds loaded, and that gives him the best chance to improve his MOE. Now, it is a Tier 5, Tier 6 battle, so he's top tier, which will help him, and we should see some evidence of the high rate of fire as well. So KV1S, the first shot didn't seem to hit. One of the problems with the Cromwell is the gun bloom when you're firing. So even though it's got a fast rate of fire and a relatively short aim time, the gun bloom can be problematic. Alright, now he did take a hit from the KV1S. It looked like he was firing HE, and maybe thought that that was going to go through the armour of the Cromwell, but yeah, it only did a small amount of damage, so that means it just hit on the outside. Anyway, that was the AT2, which is pretty impressive frontal armour for a TD, but it's quite slow. But with his premium rounds, no problems to dispatch him. So got his first kill there. Now, fairly fast-moving game. They're already up by 2,000 hit points, and 1,300 of that has gone to Courageous Chicken here. Now he's been spotted here. Not surprising, there's typically going to be some light tanks or TDs up on the hill, and he has already avoided a shot that just seemed to whistle overhead. He should be unspotted by now, but alright, let's come across to here to avoid that threat, and he's got tanks being spotted on the hill, and just throwing some shots here. Oh, okay, now he was hit there by the T67, so he's probably, good question. Maybe aiming at the spot he was last seen. A bit hard to tell. He shouldn't have been spotted there, but maybe he was respotted as he was going across, and therefore, even though the timer went off on the 6th sense light, this has come on again, so he's just been spotted again, but potentially he was still spotted when he came to rest, and just within the view range of that T67, which meant, yeah, the T67 get a shot in, so I'm wondering what spotted him in the middle there, but could have been another tank just who's already been spotted himself. Now it's firing the T67 on the hill there, and you can see some of the issues with the aiming of the Cromwell. He has fitted improved aiming to the tank, and he's using the Bond versions, which gives you just another 2.5% improvement, which is yeah, pretty handy and not to be sneezed at. But that doesn't mitigate the bloom as much as you think. It does reduce the aim time, but yeah, you just got to basically pick your moments and try and get your aim to go in before you shoot. Now, that doesn't mean you can't just use the rate of fire, but you just got to take the risk that you're going to miss quite a few shots, and that will obviously cost you a little bit in terms of credits. But nonetheless, he's already racked up a very impressive total for a Tier 6 of just under 2.7k. So having a good game here already, even though he's only got 2 kills, he's already done more than 3 times his own hit points, which is, for most players, it's sort of an insurmountable target. Anyways, coming back to this side, hopefully he'll get to spot out the T67 And he has still got someone on the side to back him up. Not just back him up, but basically take advantage of his spotting. And it's always something you want to make sure that you've got when you're being quite forward. And here we go, spotted T 225 TP, but he does get spotted by the T67 and takes another hit. But still got plenty of hit points to play with, so he's still spotted, of course. Now he should be dark now, but doesn't want to take the risk of getting shot again. So just coming out here carefully. Can he spot the T67? If he can basically stay unspotted. Oh, there you go. Now he has spotted the T67. T67 is running away. He's just trying to get a shot in. And he doesn't want to really get picked up again as a target. There's a Nashon across the map there. Can be also a dangerous TD, but because it's a sort of a casemate TD for a target that's going across it, it's not so good at picking out the target up or keeping the gun aim in. Anyway, he's come almost to the back of the map here. Hasn't found the T67. Oh no, there he is now. T67 still running away. Gets a nice shot in there on the move. And another shot while that T67 is running away. Can he get another one in? Well, that was a blind shot, but potentially that one went in as well. So let's take him up to 3 cave damage. Pretty quick time. So we've still got 8 minutes to go in the match. That means we're still under halfway through the timer. Now he's got a T34 in the middle here. And there you go. Just as he slows down and basically waits for the aim to go in, he gets a much more accurate shot. So the last 2 shots just slammed into the T34 and he's taken them out. Inverse Invasion. That's a name I've seen before. Yes, I've seen some foul-mouthed rants from that player in private messages, so yes, he's been punished at least once for that. And Tiger 131, well, he's just gone. He does pick up some nice spotting damage there, so almost 1000k of spotting damage. Oh, and there's a Nashon. So puts a shot in, and the Nashon shoots him back, but just hits his tracks. And he does take a hit from the Nashon, and there you go, 221 damage. But now we can just get into the circle jerk on the Nashon and puts him back into the garage. And now he's up to nearly 4k damage. Now this is a very impressive round with this tank here. And his team are substantially in the lead here. 2 tanks in the lead, but it's also plenty of hit points up their sleeve, and most of them have gone to Courageous Chicken. So P43 sent back to the garage. That's the 5th kill for Courageous, and he's picked up a Wolverine. Also a pretty dangerous TD. Bounces the first round in from the TD, but he's moving sideways across and not such a high speed. So he's taken a couple of hits and another hit. And he just waits to take another shot into it, but he's smacked again, and that takes him down to 16 hit points. So he needs to be a little bit more careful now. He can probably surprise the Wolverine again. It looks like the Wolverine's turned around to face the threat that's coming towards him, and he takes him out. So that's secured his top gun, but there's still 1 tank left, and there's potentially some more hit points on the table. Is there enough to get him 5k? Well, he's got 4.4 almost, and the enemy's got 840 hit points left, so that's KV1S up on the hill there. That will get him his 5k if he can get all of those hit points, and that will make this a massive game at this tier. So he's just keeping his probably holding down his right mouse button. That kept his turret locked in one place. So a technique you can use, of course, but just looked a bit odd coming up there. I was hoping that there wasn't any replay bug there, but no, not necessary. Okay, now spotted the KV1S. Puts a shot in. Another shot. KV1 starts to turn. So it's a KV1, not a KV1S. And another shot goes in. And the KV1 still hasn't spotted him. It's got awful view range, but he's used all his premium rounds at this stage, but being a tier 6 against a tier 5, there are weak spots, and he's found them all. That's the end of the KV1, and that is the end of the game. All right, we've got the results here and they are very impressive. But just before we get into that, I'll just correct a statement I made at the start. I got the replay from Mudguard, not Guardy. So I'll blame the familiar sound there. And also just realised that Courageous Chicken was in Big Daddy Fiddy before. So I do remember the name now. So anyway, let's have a look at the performance here. 5.1, just under 5.2k of direct damage. So that was another, we did see the blind shot there, that probably the T67. 7 kills, gave him the Top Gun award, and of course the high caliber award for the most damage in the game, and at least 20% of the hit pool, but I'd estimate that's about half the hit pool of the enemy side. He's also picked up the Confederate medal for damaging tanks that were killed by his team, and look at the number of tanks that he has spotted or damaged. That's nearly the whole team. Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The whole enemy team. He's either spotted them or done damage. Although this VK3601, maybe that's on his team. I know that he did get a shot in from one of his team. Anyway, that's all together, that's given him the Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Now let's see how far above the normal level that is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, team score 19, 15 base experience. That's just amazing. That's just short of 2k, which is sort of the magic number everyone dreams of getting at once in their lifetime. I think I've cracked that twice now, but yeah, it's a pretty rare occasion, so it's a great result when you get it, and he probably was sweating a little bit towards the end of that game, just wondering what he could get. So look at that damage total, 5 times almost the nearest person in his own team, which was actually the SU-100 wide that put in a couple of big hits from his spotting. And in fact, if we conclude his spotting, he's got over 6k of combined damage there, 6.4 or something like that. So just a massive game. That would have definitely helped him with his march towards his third mark of excellence. And on the enemy side, there's a 2k game there from the T67. That's Bob Crate from Spider Clan. So shout out to him. He put up a bit of fierce resistance, and as a tier 5 in a tier 6 game, that's a pretty good result. The Tiger 131 must have got a bit of assisted damage there to get that result with that amount of damage, but nonetheless couldn't really hold back the tide of Courageous Chicken's assault on the game. So look at this amazing 62 shots fired. Now that's almost the total capacity of the Cromwell. It's about that. It's not much more than that. 46 hits and 41 pens. Now again, that just sort of illustrates the sort of bloom you get on the Cromwell after firing. Does definitely impact the overall aiming. So even with his improved aiming and other modules that he was carrying, it's still, yeah, it doesn't give you the best result there. But that's the Cromwell for you, and he's fired enough shots to get 5k damage, so no one's going to sneeze at that. All right, but he has paid the price in cost. His ammunition costs costing him over 127,000 credits. So he's lost 104,000 credits for the game one, now 105,000. But that's the price you pay for getting your third mark of excellence. So great game there from Courageous Chicken. Thanks Mudguard for passing that on. If you like the video, and I hope you do, please give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps the performance of the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content like this to follow, and thanks very much for watching.